Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Jelena Cook. In this video, I'm going to be getting out my open acrylics. I've only ever painted with them once. So I'm going to dive in and do a paint, and I'm going to get to use my Meeden easel. I can't wait. But let's get this started up. Let's get this set up, shall I? So if I just move that on here. I'm not going to be painting on that. Right, I'm ready. You think I'm joking, right? No. I'm painting on that. Not yet. I'm not ready for this. Right. I need to take this off. Later. Later. Okay. So. Oh gosh. It's so small it falls off the easel. Oh god, I could probably put it in there. I'm gonna put this on here then. What do you expect? It's my first time. Right. That will stop it from falling off, won't it? Okay. But the lip, I know what I'll do. Let's put some. There you are. Seriously, I'm going to be painting on here. Got to start, haven't I? Okay. Let's get my massive palette out, which I'm going to put on here in a minute, but I need to get some colours out. I think I might tone it first. I've got all my paints in the drawer here. Let's use a bit of this. Brushes. Oh, you can see I'm not used to this. Which ones? I think it's these ones. I suppose if I start with the big one. Yeah. Let's put that back over there. Oh. Okay. Right. Just going to get this set up, and then I'm going to prime that. Back in a minute. Right, I've already put some gesso on here. This is burnt sienna. Ugh. Can't open it now. Okay. Oh! There we go. A little bit. Okay. Put some water on it then. And slap it on, I guess. Like, seriously, I've only ever done the one painting. It wasn't too bad, actually. And I'd like to, well, I'm teaching myself how to use this medium, because is it the same as using gouache or not? There you go. Start off without the white. I don't know how long it takes to dry, because open acrylics are a slower drying acrylic, which would be good for me because I need that extra time. I've not done it before. That's why I'm starting small. Just do a little one first. Oh, I didn't need all that paint on here, did I? I'm painting a wall. So if I... Now what? I just... Well, I've got to wait for it to dry. Well, that sucks. Guess it's a waiting game then. Got to be done. I'm really excited though. Can't wait. I will get bigger. Do have... That'll be the next size up. I've already done that one. That one's dry, but I want to get that little one done first to see what it's like. Then, when I've done that, then I've got this size. And then that really large one that I had before. You know, this really big one. It's exciting, isn't it? It is for me anyway. Anyway, I guess I'll come back when that's dry, because I really want to work on that little one first before I work on that next one, just so I have an idea of what I'm doing. See you in a minute. Unless that's going to be tomorrow. It can't be. How long do you think that's going to take? Oh well, we'll have to wait and see. See you soon. So as I mentioned before, this is the other painting that I did using those open acrylics. This is my very first painting, and it's on a canvas board or panel. So I thought I'd just show you. Okay, so I'd actually went for a walk for an hour, and I've come back and the toned colour dried. So now I'm putting in the blue colour of the sky, and then I'm just like, well, the tone colour is showing through. Was that a big mistake? I'm just like, oh. So I tried to add a bit more white to the blue. I mean, I wanted to for the bottom part anyway, and to put some, I don't know, thickness in it, because it's too transparent. Trying to cover the tone colour. I don't know if that was... Maybe I should just have a go at just doing it straight on white. I don't know. I mean, I'm learning. So I decided that this painting is just going to be a sky, but one of those pretty skies. And the reference photo that I sort of used is one that I took myself. By the time I was finished, it didn't look like the photo at all. Oh, that was funny. But I did get rid of some of that tone colour. Still thinking that it might have been a mistake doing it in the first place. I'm not sure. And I'm putting in some more stronger blues and giving it the shape of the sky that I was trying to go for. I mean, it still worked quite well in the end. And the paint underneath was still wet. And I felt that these paints actually blend quite well. But I started to find out that it was starting to be like slipping around a bit. So eventually it felt like the brush was then taking the paint off again. And I was just sort of wondering, shall I just do this layer and then let it dry because, yeah, it wasn't gonna put any more layers on the top, but I really wanted to get this shape of the sky in first before I walked away and let it dry. So I was quite happy with how it was turning out. I mean, it's looking interesting. So after I finished painting the blue, I actually did let it dry. And I came back the next day and it was touch dry. It was great. So this is where I started putting the pinks in. This is where it's getting a little bit more excited for me and trying to figure out which brushes are going to work best for it. I did land up with a handful of brushes out in the end, trying to figure out what I'm doing. And as you can see, because the canvas is just sitting there on a couple of erasers, well, it kept moving about. But then that's my problem. That's what you get for painting such a small little canvas, isn't it? And the pink paint, I actually did prepare it the day before as well. So when I was doing the blue, I actually made some pinks up as well. But because I needed to make sure that the blue paint was dry, I didn't get a chance to use the pink paint. But that big palette that I'd got, I put the blue lid on it, it seals it up. And when I come back next day, all the paints is still workable. It did not dry at all. So I just thought I'd let you know that. So you can see that I'm now using this huge fan brush, trying to blend it but not completely take the paint off, because I'm still trying to learn how to use this medium. And then I'm using this little tiny one. That corner there, the undertone colour was still showing through, but I didn't mind because I was going to put pink on it anyway. I was quite happy at applying the pink colour. I did start to darken the pink colour up a bit to give a little bit of a darker shade on there as well, because, well, that was what was on my reference photo. I was quite happy playing with this. I mean, it was not too bad. I was sort of blending into the blue, but it still showed on top of the blue. Made it a little bit more opaque for the areas that needed to, you know, show itself a bit more. Trying to softly blend it, but not scrubbing it. I was having a bit of a problem with this large fan brush. I was just trying to use it to blend a wider area, and it's more of a stiff bristle brush, this was. The paint wasn't dry on there, but I was just trying to, you know, leave the paint that I need on there and try to fade it out. But, you know, that's me trying to still learn what I'm trying to do. So now I'm going to start putting in the yellow side, because this side is yellow colour. I do have a habit of using my left hand sometimes. I am right-handed. I think I've been teaching myself over a few years to use both hands. I think it's a good idea actually, because, you know, just say, if I got like really bad arthritis in my right hand, well, nothing's going to stop me from painting. So I'm going to teach my left hand to do it, and I'm just going to still carry on. So anyway, back to the painting. So I was blending with that large brush again. It was not working on this side, and this was looking a bit of a mess. I was getting a bit worried, thinking that I've just messed this up. But I'm going to carry on. I'm not going to give up. And then I put this light blue on it, and I thought, oh god, it's getting worse. So I decided to put a bit of water on that and rub it off. And I thought that was quite cool actually, because you can't really rub it off with gouache. If you do that with gouache, you get the whole lot comes off, but it still left the dry blue area. And I thought, oh, this is quite good. So I'll put pink there now, and I thought that looked a bit better. So I was quite pleased that I could do that with this medium. So I thought, that's good to know. So I needed to blend the yellow section with the pink bit, but more pink on the right, and more yellow on the left side. I got rid of the large fan brush and I started using this brush. This is still a very stiff brush. It's got very short bristles and it actually worked quite well to just do those little fading out touches where I wanted it and moving them, squishing the paint around where I needed it as well. And what I did was, when I was using that brush, I would wipe it on a bit of tissue and then apply it back to the canvas, but it was dry. I didn't put any paint on it, and I didn't use, I put like a touch of water on it and then dabbed it on the tissue before I put it on the canvas. So that seemed to be working for me. So whether that's the right way, but if it's giving me what I need, you know, I've figured that one out. And you can see that I've been putting some more vibrant yellow on this side just to, you know, there was no sun in the middle of this painting, but it's just how the colours clash with each other, which is what caught my eye in the first place when I took the photo. So any of you that are acrylic painters, are any of you sitting there cringing right now watching me doing this? Or are you thinking, well, actually she's not doing too bad? But if you've got any tips, like maybe you could have done this, or maybe this would work better for you, if you can put something in the comment for me, that I would appreciate that very much. So while I was creating this, I actually did get into the flow state, and I was actually quite comfortable and relaxed, even knowing that I, you know, rub out a bit and did a bit again. I mean, it's like that in any painting really that I do anyway. There's always something that you have to rework or fix. And for me to be in the flow state, it's me feeling comfortable in the process of what I was doing. And I was quite pleased with it. I enjoyed it. And I was already thinking about what my next painting was going to be. I thought, yes, I'm going to paint this next, and jump in head first with a more complicated painting, which will be the next video after this. Okay, back to this painting just before I finish this off. When I was putting this yellow on, I don't know if any of you could notice, but it started to look a bit green. And I'm just thinking, well, the blue is dry, so it's not mixing. Maybe the yellow was too transparent. And I was just like, it's a shame that these acrylic paints are not just all opaque, but I know that the transparency in some paints is for glazing as well. But oh well, I bet now I've pointed it out, you're all going to be looking now, aren't you? I am planning on buying some more colours of the Open Acrylics from Golden. Well, actually, I've already got a list of them in the basket online. So I've already planned it, haven't I? Well, I've not bought them yet, because it would be nice to have some different other colours, but they all seem to be semi-opaque. But the sap green is really transparent, so be interesting to see how I get on with that one. Yeah, you'll have to let me know what you think of the painting, what I've done, you know, like my process, how I've done it. Would you have done it any different? Do you think it turned out okay? I did like the pink side much better than the yellow side, but the yellow side is supposed to look more opaque because the pink was more faded into the blue. I quite like it. The paints did not dry on me. I didn't waste any paint. I was really happy with that because I don't like waste. I needed to just put some well, I still put some pinks over this side, but not too much because it would just look a bit strange. But just to put some of those really highlights on, I did use a bit of white just to punch it out a bit on that yellow side because I needed that to stick out more while the pink side was more faded. I did continue to use these two brushes in the end, so the handful that I was using, I landed up with just these two, which is the very small fan brush to put the paint on, and then the other very tiny stiff brush, this one, for blending and fading out. So I actually settled on those two, so they work quite well for me. Maybe I should go brush painting, not brush painting, brush shopping as well, and add them to the list as well. See what other ones I can have. So if you enjoy watching a video, a thumbs up and subscribe if you like, if you haven't done already. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!